to take blows from O'Malley. Oh, that's it! That is it!
In and out. He does a fence.
Oh!
More respect, Chris Puccino.
Front kick up the middle.
Oh, that left hand hurt him bad.
Again, the hesitation.
Partner's in real trouble. Oh my goodness. Jason Herzog's taking a very close look. That's him down. High kick.
O'Malley goes high. Echo covers up.
That's it.
Sugar shot.
This fighter is the star of the UFC Bantamweight division. And he just proved it at UFC 299 against Chito Vera. He's not as loud as Conor McGregor, but his impressive knockouts and flashy style have earned him the nickname Sugar.
That front kick up the middle.
Oh, that left hand hurt him bad.
The hesitation.
Ref's like, no, you gotta keep fighting. I mean, wow.
He's got raw talent, a fierce combat spirit, and a gutsy display.
Fighters we have seen it.
Jason Herzog's taking a very close look.
From climbing up the ranks to securing UFC Gold, this is the truth behind Sean O Malley's journey to UFC greatness. Now, this guy's caught the eye of many fighters, even before his championship bout. What's interesting is that despite having just one win against a ranked opponent since his UFC debut, he somehow managed to build a massive following. How? Well, he mainly took on lower level competition, which kept him in the spotlight. But then things got real when he faced some top-ranked opponents in his last couple of fights. Did he back down? Nope. He stayed right there in the limelight. Now, here's the thing. Sean knew that for fighters with superstar potential, the path to the title could be a bit smoother. So instead of chasing the toughest competition, he focused on building his brand. Now, what's his secret when it came to UFC promotional strategies, and how did he use it to become a household name? Well, buckle up, because we're about to dive into his career journey and unravel all the decisions that got him to where he is today. O'Malley began his UFC journey on Dana White's Contender Series, boasting an undefeated record at 7-0 and being just 23 years old.
To take blows from O'Malley. Oh, that's it! That is it!
He slips, boom, right on the chin.
Initially perceived as an ordinary fighter, once inside the octagon, he showed glimpses of a superstar in the making, earning himself the name The Sugar Show.
Get right back up and big body kick. Body and then to the head.
Despite facing opponents ranked higher than him, he quickly rose to the spotlight, garnering more attention than his peers. As Sugar climbed the rankings, he found contentment outside the top 15, relishing in taking down opponents who couldn't match his skill level. With each victory, his brand soared, racking up bonuses and highlight reel finishes. Launching a podcast and Twitch channel, he capitalized on extra publicity, unapologetically boasting about his performances, even if they were against lesser opponents for most of his career. With his extreme confidence and unapologetic self-assurance, O'Malley became a polarizing figure. People either loved him or wanted to see him fail. As Sugar climbed up the ranks, many saw him as the next big superstar. But there was a lingering question. Could he handle real competition? In August 2020, he faced his first big challenge against Marlon Chito Vera. Chito may not have been a household name, but he had the skills to pose a real threat. Sugar, though, exuded confidence. The lead up to the fight was tense. Chito felt overshadowed by Sugar's easy fight picks, despite facing tougher opponents himself. Sugar taunted Chito, confident he'd dominate. When fight night arrived, both fighters were ready. Sugar had early success, but Chito's leg hits started to take a toll. One kick hit a nerve, causing Sugar to lose feeling in his leg, and it went limp. Essentially, fighting on one leg, Sugar chose the easy way out, falling to the canvas as Chito landed finishing blows.
Oh! Huge elbow from Chito!
Nice shot!
Despite the loss, Sugar brushed it off as a fluke. His response stirred controversy, with many criticizing his handling of his first loss.
Sean, he got lucky.
I talked to the Sugar State Athletic Commission and they took it away. It's not even.
But Sugar stood firm, attributing the loss to a lucky strike that caused injury. His reputation took a hit, with many seeing him as a sore loser. But even today, when Bruce Buffer introduces his record, he skips over the loss, believing it was unfair.
17 wins, 1 loss, 1 no contest.
During his time in the UFC, Sean O Malley's relationship with the organization turned sour. He felt undervalued, believing he deserved better pay for the attention he brought to his fights. Despite his complaints, the UFC refused to increase his compensation, especially after a loss, pushing Sean to avoid tough competition and stick to fighting lesser opponents. He knew he'd get paid the same no matter what, so he decided to stick to his contract. This approach didn't sit well with fans who criticized him for dodging tough fights and denying his loss. But Sean bounced back in 2021, 7 months after his defeat. He took on Thomas Almeida, who'd been struggling in recent matches. Known for his knockout finishes, Sean nearly ended the fight with a knockdown but hesitated. Despite the setback, Sean stayed focused. In the 3rd round, he landed a decisive blow, securing the victory.
That front kick up the middle.
Oh, that left hand hurt him bad. He's doing it again.
And again, the hesitation.
Looks like we got to keep fighting. I mean, wow, and it flattens him.
After facing criticism for claiming an undefeated status, Sean O Malley responded by showing off his skills even more. He dominated in his next fights, taking down opponents like Chris Mutino.
Oh boy, look at that.
More respect, Chris Mutino.
And Raulin Paiva.
Fighters we have seen it.
Big leg with the right for O'Malley. And an uppercut. Big right.
Joe, Paiva's in real trouble. Oh my goodness. Jason Herzog's taking a very close look.
In a match with Pedro Munoz, there was a hiccup due to an accidental eye poke, which O'Malley controversially counted as another win. Pedro was his first top 10 opponent, eagerly awaited by fans who wanted to see him face tougher competition. As his contract with the UFC approached its end, O'Malley was ready to walk if they didn't meet his terms. Sensing his value, the UFC offered him a lucrative deal, boasting his purse to $500,000 guaranteed. But there was a condition. He had to stop picking on unranked fighters and step up to real challenges. That's why O'Malley targeted Petr Yan, the division's top contender, for a showdown. Despite being seen as the underdog, O'Malley faced Yan with determination. It was a close fight with both landing heavy blows and Yan controlling some ground action. The decision was controversial with arguments for both sides. Nevertheless, the fight showed O'Malley's skills, propelling him to the #1 contender spot in his division. But before he could vie for the title, former champion Henry Cejudo attempted a comeback, aiming to face Aljamain Sterling at UFC 288 in August 2022. Despite UFC's hopes for Cejudo to set up an easier fight against O'Malley for the title, Sterling stood in the way of O'Malley's shot at the championship. The UFC wasted no time setting up a clash between Sterling and Sean O'Malley. Knowing Sterling's quick return after his last bout against Cejudo didn't give him enough time to recover fully. It seemed like a strategic move to give O'Malley an advantage and maybe teach Sterling a lesson about his less than exciting fighting style.
Правосторонняя у чемпиона.
Ничего себе! Шон О Мэлли вбивает удар за ударом. Марк Годдард останавливает эту встречу.
This excitement for O'Malley's ascent was tangible. The only thing missing was a championship belt around his waist. The lead up to the fight lacked any real hostility, with both fighters showing respect while also stirring up some trash talk to hype things up. Despite being the underdog, once again, O'Malley stepped into the octagon sharp and ready, preventing Sterling from taking him down. O'Malley controlled the distance, hunting for an opportunity to land a knockout blow, and in the 2nd round, he got his chance, landing a devastating punch that sent Sterling crashing to the mat. With this incredible win, O'Malley secured the UFC belt, achieving his lifelong dream since joining the organization. Sean O'Malley doesn't just let the UFC dictate his fights. He played the game strategically, like a true businessman. While many fighters take any bout offered to them, O'Malley was selective, prioritizing his career and brand. By carefully choosing opponents, he's racked up an impressive record of 18 wins and only 1 loss while minimizing damage along the way. Alongside his fighting success, O'Malley's built a massive following and a lucrative brand, which continues to pay off handsomely. Next came the rematch with Chito Vera, whom he'd lost unfairly against in 2020. O'Malley proved he's a real star in this rematch. he defended his bantamweight title at UFC 299, and man, did he put on a show. He went head-to-head with Marlon Chito Vera in Miami, and let me tell you, it was a battle. O'Malley was landing shots left and right, making Vera work for every second of those 25 minutes. But Vera took some serious hits and barely flinched. O'Malley even nailed him with an insane jumping knee to the head that sounded like a gunshot, but Vera kept on trucking. And get this, O'Malley didn't just win, he dominated. He wiped the floor with Vera, earning redemption for his only professional loss, which happened back in 2020. Now, he's got eyes set on a new challenge, moving up to 145 pounds to take on Ilia Topuria, the reigning champ over in Spain. If you enjoyed this breakdown on O'Malley's career, make sure to like this video and hit that subscribe button for more content like this.